Hello, welcome back to the Full Court Press Season 2. I'm Quinn Donovan alongside Mike Doherty, Will Schiffman, and Matt Doherty. So, the teams were picked this Sunday, and we're all ready to go for a new rec ball season. So what do you have to say, guys, on the new year?
There's a lot of good teams this year. I think that the teams are definitely spread out. And it should be excited to kick off in 2 weeks.
I think similar to the draft, this year is going to be filled with a lot of surprises. I mean, I think we all had Zach Walker going 1 overall, and he didn't. So I think this year is just going to be full of surprises, and it's going to be very entertaining to watch, and I'm very excited.
I agree. I can't wait to wake up early Sundays and go watch some rec ball this year.
Yeah.
And, of course, Will is the only actual rec ball player here. Mike, me, and Matt all play school ball, so that's a big thing. And so I'd say one thing to look at for the whole season this year, I just see a lot of balance up and down the entire league. There's no real team that's definitely the best team. There's no real tiers. Like there's certainly some teams that we think will probably struggle, but you can't really see a definitive line of like there's a group of these teams that are great and there's a group of teams that are really bad. There's a lot of balance up and down across the league, so that's a good thing to see.
Yeah, I think some of the top teams include like Barry, McGinn, obviously. I mean, Barry is it's a good-looking team with Mac, the Sullivans, and Tyler and AG. And obviously can't forget about Bill, bringing the team together with the chemistry.
Yeah, Bill.
And McGinn with Pranava and him. I mean, and McGinn, it's just a good team.
Don't be shy. You can tell your own.
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't
going
going to say that, but I think we have a great team up and down the board. I think we're a very deep team with Drew and, of course, Nichols, too.
I agree. Getting that first-round pick for you guys, crazy. Either you or Ryan should have been a first-round pick, in my opinion. But having the chance to get Drew, Lewis Keddy in the first round is unbelievable, and that's really going to help your team out.
Yeah, we really prepared for it. My dad and Mr. Nichols really worked out some stuff, talked about it, and I think we came out with a great team.
What was your thought process behind picking a sophomore first?
Well, I love the grit that he has every game. He's a defensive-minded player, and, I mean, he's a hockey guy, so,
True.
He's got that mentality that I love to see.
And, I mean, as we've seen over the years, I mean, I would say the key to winning in rec ball is depth. And, I mean, a lot of teams have guys up at the top that can really play and that are good rec ball players, but to be able to win a championship and to be able to really move along in the playoffs, you got to have a good core of 7-8 guys that can really make a difference and can make an impact on the game. And I see that in a few of these teams for sure, Will's team being one of them. And so that's definitely going to be one thing to look out for is who can really step up. I mean, there are always guys that you know are going to be good players for this season, but it's going to really come down to that other kind of half of the league that hasn't proved themselves yet and has an opportunity to do so this year.
Yeah, so what were your guys' thoughts on our preseason power rankings written by Pranava, Alex Mack, and Jack McGinn?
I think they were hilarious. Whoever writes them, they write good stuff. I like that. I agreed with most of them, too. I thought they were pretty fair in where they ranked the teams, and I'm excited to see if they change or not after the first week.
And obviously we have Jack McGinn doing the majority of the writing there, a fellow Lobby Observer reporter, so shout out to him. And he's also probably a rec ball all-star for this upcoming season.
Yeah.
And so we'll have to wait and see what he can bring to the table. His team's very good with him and Pranava at the helm of that team, two surefire first-rounders. So we'll have to see how Jack can keep his head on straight and just figure things out within that team. They might struggle a little bit with depth, so we'll have to see about that.
So before the season starts, I want to get everyone's preseason MVPs. Mike, you want to start it off?
I'm going to go with a little bit of a dark horse right here, and I'm going to go Eli Richmond. I think he's going to drop 20-plus points a game, grab over 10 rebounds, and lead his not-so-very talented team to a late playoff push. That's my thought.
He's a great fundamentally sound player.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I would say a pretty sexy pick, as some would say, would be number 1 overall pick, Ryan French. I mean, a senior coming off a huge year a season ago in rec ball. So definitely you got to see what he can do this year. His team, obviously, since he's the number 1 pick, isn't as strong as some of the other ones, I would say. But, I mean, he's definitely going to make a good impression. But I would say one kid that's new to rec ball this year that I think could really challenge for the MVP spot is Brendan McCafferty on Team Bersani. And, I mean, he's a phenomenal player. We thought he might come out for school ball this year, but decided not to. But I think he's really going to be a very good rec ball player.
I don't have a senior this year for mine.
Really?
I'm going to go with Jackson Berry. Jackson Berry absolutely lit up rec ball last year, and I think that he was all of our underclassmen of the year. And I think that the team he has around him, he's only going to be able to get better and make people better. I think that the Sullivans are going to help him out, and I think that Mac alongside him is definitely a key component to the team winning games.
Are you guys crazy? None of you mentioned Zach Walker. Are you serious? Physically, he's going to dominate everybody in rec ball. There's nobody that can match up with him. Whether he wants to bring you out, he could shoot his shot, or if he wants to take you down low, there's just nobody that has his size and his athleticism to compete.
He's going to have to stay on the court to win MVP.
Oh, man.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll see whether that skill can really take over. He's definitely got he's probably the most skilled player in rec ball in addition to his size. So, I mean, that's definitely one thing he has
he's
going
got
for
the
him.
year of varsity experience under his belt. How many other rec ball players can say that?
He does, 0. So, yeah, that's
a good point.
So, with these early MVP predictions, we also have early champion and championship game prediction. Who do you think is going to be in that game?
I'm going to have to go with Team Barry.
Yeah.
I do like Jackson as the star player on the team. I think Pete is a really good number 2 option, and along with the Sullivans and McLaren, I think McLaren's a little underrated. He's a solid 8 to 12 points a game right there. So I think it's a solid pick right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Tyler Nagy on that team is very good too. He's a classic, as you said. He's another one that's very fundamentally sound.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Team Barry, maybe the most well-coached team in the league. I'd go that far. And I mean, they're suffocating full court press is always on hand every year. And you know, Mr. Barry drafts for that every year, so they'll be able to integrate that right away. It's a team full of athletes, and that'll be something to definitely keep an eye on.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I'm also going to put Team McGinn up there. I mean, they have, McGinn and Prenova, it's a good combo right there.
Duo.
And they also have freshman Elliot Seymour, who is definitely on top of the board for 9th graders this year. I think he can help them out. And I think they have a good group of guys.
Again, you didn't include your own team.
You know.
Come on, man. In my opinion, the best championship game that we could have would be Team Barry versus Team Schiffman. Because I hope the playoff brackets end up working out so we can all see that. Because I think that's a finals matchup we're all dying to see.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be a fun game.
And so we have games kicking off not this weekend, but the next weekend. Give teams a little bit of time to practice, get 2 or 3 practices in, I believe. And so the first weekend, I think, is December 16th.
Yeah.
And it's week number 1 for rec ball this season. And that'll kick it off. So look forward to seeing you back after that. See you next time.